Hi everyone, welcome to my Wednesday Live at 5. This week I'm just going to change things up a little bit. I just wanted to give you some information on how to set up, how to just a few tips really on your LinkedIn profile. The reason that I wanted to go down this route this week is because it is so important for you to be shouting about your own personal brand. So, as much as you can send a CV to someone, to a resume, a resume to someone, when it lands on an employer's desk, a potential employer, I should say, they will look at a CV the same as they look at everyone else's. Of course, you might have some great stories on your CV. However, how nice is it if they already know you when you come to them? So, just a great example, and I've said this before. I applied for my current role with Supermums back in 2023. And when my CV landed on Heather's desk, I say landed on her desk, it's not quite like that anymore, but just to hypothetically speak, she said that she already knew me from LinkedIn. So that is testament to the reason that you need to make sure your LinkedIn profile is all up together and optimized. Now, in terms of a few little tips I would give you as well, is if you take your industry knowledge and pair it with your training that you're doing, and absolutely find companies that you dream to work for, and add them. And then add their people. I think that's so important because you can even private message them. You can send them a DM and say, "Hi, I would love to work for you. I'd love to know more about what you do." And again, if the opportunity arises, you never know, they may know you. So just a few things to say in terms of just a couple of little tips from me. So when you think about optimizing your LinkedIn profile, so your headline. So your headline needs to appear everywhere in searches, comments, invitations to connect. A strong headline helps you show up in search of results and sparks curiosity. So you need to add your job title plus the value you deliver, because again, your job title will not tell them the value that recruiters are searching for. So when you think about Salesforce, which is obviously the world that I live in, if you put Salesforce, you'd need to put CRM specialist and digital transformation. So again, it's about making sure that your LinkedIn profile fully reflects the things that you do and the things that you have done. And obviously, I would also say keep it professional. I would normally suggest you keep it under about 120 characters. So it's not chapter and verse. But I mean, these days, you've only got to put it into chat GPT and say, put this in 120 characters, and it will give it to you. So I don't know what I would do without chat GPT. It helps me in every part of my job. So again, another example, you might want to put Salesforce administrator, CRM specialist, help businesses streamline their processes. So all of that is going to give you that frontage, if you like, for people to see what you do. And like I say, if you can add people that you want to see this stuff, make sure that you put the right hashtags in there, then you're going to be noticed. So, I always say, if you can make sure that you sell yourself and sell your personal brand. Of course, LinkedIn is professional, but people need to see you as an individual as opposed to just seeing, exactly what you've done on a piece of paper. So again, you need to write a compelling section. So your compelling section is going to be telling your story. It's not just your CV summary. It's not just, your in black and white, if you like. It's about highlighting your skills and experience and your career goals, because that is important as well. Because anybody looking will want to know the reasons that you specifically would like to work for this industry, and just make sure that you are shouting about what you can and what you want to do. So, if you want some sort of structure, you want to be putting a bit of an intro, who you are, what you do. You want to be putting your skills and expertise on there and what you're best at. Um, you'll want to be putting any achievements, shouting about your certs, and your measurable wins, and of course your goals. As I say, it's really important to make sure that it's clear where you want to go, what you're looking for in the future as well, because even if you've got a goal that seems out of reach at the moment, absolutely shout about it. Everyone wants to know what your plans are, and what you'd like to do. So then if you think about customizing your URL, that is a really important one. So when you customize your URL, it's a simple step to do, but what it means then is that when you want to send it to anyone on an email, or you want to give someone a link to your profile, it just will say something along the lines of, your name, rather than it saying all the little fancy numbers and things, because that's not clear and precise. So, how to customize your URL? If you click edit, um, on your public profile and your URL on your LinkedIn profile page, under edit, you'll custom your URL. Click the pencil icon, and choose something like professional keywords, using keyword rich, like linkedin.com/in/ Susan Smith or whatever dash Salesforce. So it makes it clear. It means that we know that it's your LinkedIn profile. We know that you are in the Salesforce industry, and we know who you are as well. So I think, again, you could perhaps change it around a little bit. You might put linkedin.com/in/Salesforce admin. So, and then put your name. So again, it's all about making sure that it's nice and clear, because if you send this to someone and say, find me on LinkedIn, then you would want them to be able to see that it's clear what you do and who you are. So I think optimizing and customizing that URL is again really important. Something else I was going to add also is, when you go to events, to make sure that you've got your QR code. The way I did it was, you get your QR code. So when you look on your phone and you see along the top bar, there in the corner there is a little QR code. So if you click on that, it will open it for you. Screenshot it on the phone, so that when you go to an event, it works like your business card. You can just show that, and people can scan it and find you on LinkedIn. So that's a really great tip that somebody gave me. I'm sure you've heard it before, because that's something that I know a lot of people do at events I go to. But absolutely make sure that you do that. I would also say optimizing your work experience. So treat your LinkedIn work experience like results that like on a portfolio, for example, not just a job history. So if you think that you're going to use bullet points for clarity, you're going to lead with action verbs like delivered, increased, streamlined, all of that sort of thing that is important, and also add some metrics as well. If you add some metrics to that, it really does demonstrate impact, and it will allow people to see exactly what you've done in the past. And obviously all of this is about you now, you in your past, and you in your future. So definitely worth doing there. um, Obviously add any certs you've got, any training you've done, any training you're doing. That is really important, because you're going to really stand out in the marketplace if you make sure that you shout about that. um, and showcase any projects. So, project section highlights specific work you've delivered, freelance, contract, project based. So, again, you will be ensuring that everyone knows what you've done, what you're doing, and what your plans are. So, again, summarize the goal, your role, and your results. Add LinkedIn to demos. You can always add links, not LinkedIn, add links to demos. So that's always good. And, focus on collaboration and outcome. I think it's really important with that as well. Add any key skills that you've got. Try and get endorsements. That's really important because if someone knows that you can do a good job, it's not only you that's shouting about how good you are, someone else is doing that also. So as I say, with that, requesting recommendations, you can always send someone a message and say, look, that we did this project together. I would love for you to do an endorsement for me. So I think that again is really important. And again, it showcases and it says exactly how good you are. So, it's not just you saying it, of course. And any awards, any honors you've got in the past, again, show that you've got some Salesforce Trailblazer badges. They're always good to show. I mean, I love doing, on a Sunday rainy afternoon to do a badge and put it on there. It's nice. You get a lot of impressions on it. A lot of people will look at it, and of course, you want all them all important likes and shares and things. So it's nice to make sure you're shouting about what you're doing. I don't suppose anyone's going to share your post on your badges, but you never know. Um, and obviously, using visuals when you're doing posts, because everyone loves a visual. Everyone loves that you're telling your story in an engaging way, but using professional pictures. Like, when you think about your headshot, make sure that your headshot is clear and concise. It's professional. It's not you sat on a beach. I'm trying to think what mine is, but I'm not sat on a beach, so that's good. I think I might be on my Facebook profile. Anyway, going right off track here. So add a professional headshot and customize your image on the top. Um, Upload case studies, presentations, or videos to your featured section. Share articles or thought leader content you've created. And again, when you think about, for example, if you're doing a podcast, we obviously do the Mums on Cloud 9 podcast. So we quite often will do posts on that. We do training at Supermum, so we'll quite often do posts on that. So, it's all about shouting about what you do. And, if you look just below your post, you can see the impressions there. And if you get lots of impressions, it's something that you might want to rinse and repeat. So I think it's all about your posts, your profile, all being optimized to the best of your ability. Um, at Supermums, we do help you to get your LinkedIn profile all up together. So again, one of the other benefits, one of the other many benefits of joining us is that we can help you to optimize your LinkedIn profile. We can help you with CVs. We can help you with Salesforce training and ultimately landing that job, which is the all important thing. So I will just mention this week's podcast. Find on Mums on Cloud 9. It is simply mumsoncloud9.co.uk, and the episode 20 of series 7, which I'm very proud to be part of, was Amy Blanthorne Hazel. And Amy was talking about how as an RVP at Salesforce, she built her network, gained advocates, and positioned herself for promotion with practical career tips. So, again, it does lead on a little bit from here about how important it is to make sure that you build your personal brand, get yourself noticed, and absolutely get yourself out in the marketplace. Um, it's great to have all your certs, and it's great to have all the knowledge. It's great to have to learn new things, but it's very important to shout about them. Only you're going to do that. So please make sure that you follow my tips, if you want to talk to me about it in more detail. Obviously, this is a brief live, so please come and find me. If you want to talk to me about Salesforce training, I can talk to you about that as well. So I'm here to help you. I'm here to support you. I'm here to advise you. So anytime you need me, you know where I am. Take care, and I'll see you next Wednesday.